Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TFT Study Hall with your hosts from TFTAcademy. My name is Frodan.
And I'm Dishsoap.
Oh, yeah, I was going to actually introduce.
Oh, okay.
We have a new special guest that's going to be joining us, hopefully for all the episodes moving forward. We also have Souless, who's a TFT writer and analyst and also a top player. Souless, welcome back to the show.
Yo, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about what we are going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the 16.2 patch and all the meta around it. We can talk a little bit about some of the tournament data that we got, some of the information from this past weekend at TPC where Dishsoap played in. And then we'll do some fun little trick or treat as well as some stats. So we got a full episode planned for you guys. But first, let's go ahead and catch up. How are you guys enjoying the 16.2 patch, the new year of TFT? Let's start off with you, Dishsoap.
It's pretty fun on ladder. I was not really having fun in tournament, but like there's so many just like crazy snowball hyrule spots that just kind of keep you entertained. But that's pretty annoying in tournament when like 3 people in your lobby load up with them on 2-1 and you're playing for like 5th immediately. So yeah, I don't know. Like I'm having fun, I guess.
Okay. Well, it's good to know that you're having fun in solo queue. I feel like it was the inverse for you previously, where I think the only thing that was like keeping you tied was the competition, and you were just like not enjoying playing the game.
Oh no, like solo queue is actually fun, but it like in tournament when you actually like genuinely care about your placement, like having like 2 people open TF, like 3 people opening Scion, and then you like don't, and then you also don't have like a S tier augment, so it's like okay, man, like like now what?
It's okay. Well, either way, I'm glad you're having fun. Soulless, how has your new year been for TFT?
Oh, it's really good. Like, I mean, I've had my peak since like the last 2 set, I think. Ladder's been going pretty well for me. Like, I've hit top 10. I'm just chilling, like farming the leaderboard while like farming double also. But yeah, I've been playing a lot this set.
Climbing the leaderboard while farming double up here. I have to look at your profile, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? So, Soulless, you're top 13, 1400 LP.
Yep.
And
It's like
double up.
Playing some humble games.
Double up. You're rank 1 in North America.
Yep.
I
mean, I just really like the set, so like I'm just playing like overtime TFT.
Damn, 125 games of double up. All right, what's the double up tag? You're playing Tryndamere in double up.
Oh no, that's like that's last patch. But
that was last patch.
I have a
that's
Smurf.
crazy.
I have a double up Smurf.
I see. You have a double up Smurf. All right.
Like,
You know,
like
we do get some
6-7.
requests from time to time on what even is the double up meta. So
I mean, low key, we can open up like, double section maybe in the future. I got you.
All right, sounds good. You can do a podcast for it too. All right, let's talk a little bit about the 16.2 meta. How about we start off with the tier list here and take a look at the breakdown. And then after this, let's take a look at some of the tournament data to see how that reflects in some of the stats at the pro level. But right now, right before the show started, we moved everything out of S tier except for Bilgewater. And Bilgewater is on a tear. So why is Bilgewater still so good this batch?
Because you can like it's so many free resources, just like the extra econ, and like you're basically I don't think you're like guaranteed, but you're like extremely likely to have like an upgraded board at like most stages of the game. It's easier to find your forecast 2 stars. It's easier to like find your opener 2 stars, which like matters a lot. They also bug fixed Fizz, which made him like pretty broken. They buffed TF. They buffed MF, which was like supposed to be compensation buffs for like some of the item nerfs, and then they nerfed Graves as well. But it ended up being like just for sure like a net positive overall for the comp. And it's just so efficient. You can play it in so many different ways and cap in so many different ways. The main version right now is like people play like TF Fizz duo mostly, and then MF like Loki gets the scraps because like Fizz will jump in the backline, TF will clean them up, and like honestly sometimes Fizz will just like one shot them anyways. And then like if you don't make it a TF3, but it's like really easy to make it a TF3 with like the duplicators and stuff. But if you don't make it a TF3, you can just swap to Ziggs, who you would be surprised at how much damage he does without Zon or Longshot. But like he's actually valid to play in this. Yeah, I would say the main thing is like Fizz is just broken. TF is like super strong, and then the Captain's Brew is like so crazy, and then you just get all the econ.
Yeah, from what I've come to understand, a lot of these comps that do well tend to be able to cap around Ziggs, not just Bilgewater. Obviously, another big thing that I think might surprise people because it was taking over ladder at the very first week was Rise and Ziggs and playing around like a high cap version around Ionia. So you have Ionia Rise and Splash and other things like Zon. Demacia can play around Ziggs because, well, not necessarily this version, but if you have Vayne, Vayne can tie into Ziggs because of long shots. If you're
Oh, I mean, the Lux version can play Ziggs. It just you have to be like you can pretty
sure,
easily play
sure,
Ziggs.
sure. I mean, the idea is that you can basically tie in Ziggs to a lot of different comps, right? Kais is another unit that's trying to play around Ziggs. If you're playing the new Echo reroll, you can also go to 9 and play Ziggs as well because it's all on. So is Ziggs actually that OP Souless, or do you think he's just kind of overhyped?
I feel like Zig can go on like any late game like level 9 board. Like the problem with like some of the comps we had before is like those comps are bad because like they couldn't cap out, but like now Ziggs open up lines for like like the Void Kaisa board, who like if you're too poor to play for Baron, you can play for Ziggs. And yeah, like it did make a lot of like some unplayable lines playable just because he is that strong of a unit. And yeah, I've found like many success with like Fast 9 like playing like random board and just play Ziggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say random board,
Mm-hmm.
are you like what are you doing to Fast 9? Like what
Yeah.
are some of the boards that you're thinking about? Some of the units you're
Like
playing around.
for
to get
example,
you to Fast
the
9?
comp we have in A tier, like the Kaiser board, the 4 like basically the drain tank Rip Herald with like perma healing Kaiser, which is good into like Fizz matchup, and use Fast 9 to Zig. Like this one is pretty smooth if you have a decent opener. And like the item is like not that hard to make because like this comp you can actually go AD Kaiser. You can go AP Kaiser mid game, and then late game like if you have like extra item, you can just move on to Kaiser. It's like much better. Um, and it's like really solid top 4 comp if you play it correctly. Other than this, like Demacia, for example, usually had a really low cap last patch, right? This patch you can cap it very high with Ziggs. I mean,
How do you? But okay, the thing about Demacia is it feels like a lot of Demacia when it's contested feels really bad, and a lot of people are playing Demacia now, even in other forms. Like they're rerolling the Xin Zhao guy with Trials of Twilight now. So I feel like it's hard to get to Demacia now.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Demacia is powerful, but I mean, like 3-waying any comp is like bad, so you should definitely look out for that.
Okay.
Like if you're just screwing yourself
yeah.
over.
Okay.
Also, I think like the best part about Demacia is like this comp loves building Gunblade, and that's really good in the meta where Fizz is like dominant, right? So like you don't have like you don't have to pay the tax. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I
really?
don't know. I feel like Fizz. I feel like Fizz is a good
Wait,
matchup
really?
for Demacia. Like maybe Vayne can live, but like Lux is not living.
I've seen some Gunblade Lux build. You know, like
No, I mean I've seen Gunblade on Lux, but I'm just telling you.
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
limited
yeah.
to
Like
Fizz.
like
This
lady
Fizz
game
unit
is not,
so
but like
stupid.
you don't have to pay the Fizz 1 tax. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, sure. But like I specifically like when I've been playing Demacia, I specifically felt like the Bilgewater matchup was like bad, and because like you weren't playing that many backliners, and like you had like no like melee options for dealing damage, so like you just get rolled over if your unit dies to Fizz. Fizz is like so fucking crazy right now. It's like kind of hard to state.
Yeah, and to make it more complicated, Fizz also is pretty inconsistent with his targeting, and I've seen people try to position around Fizz, and it doesn't really work out for them. They're trying to put like some bait units in the center, or they're trying to like leave gaps for Fizz to walk up. And if it feels like the person who is playing Fizz sometimes isn't necessarily even trying to play around anti-Fizz, and it just feels like it kind of random to me.
So the reason that Fizz is like a lot, like you say, inconsistent, but I actually think it's like very like consistent in killing the backline is that he prioritizes like jumping towards backline units. So like even if you like, it's actually pretty easy to like make the first Fizz cast not go to your main carry. Typically like pretend like you had this positioning, but like just remove Alawi. Like pretend your Ziggs is the main carry on this board, and like if you just remove the Alawi, like the Fizz will just jump to the Lucian set. It's like guaranteed if you move the Lucian like one to the left, just because the Fizz will have to walk up. However, like right after it kills your like Lucian in that example, it'll just go back to the Ziggs because the Ziggs in the back line. It won't dash to the front line like these other like it won't dash to the front line like Diana, because like it has a like backline priority, even if like the frontline units are like further away, like in range.
Okay.
So the hard part about Fizz is like you have to do enough burst damage to like like basically kill him like after the first cycle.
How do you get the target on the Fizz too? Because he just jumps and drops aggro as well. Are you doing anything to anti-Fizz position, Dishsoap? Besides what you just said, like leave a gap in your on the side of the line.
I mean, you just have to front to back them and then like just kind of like in the fight before like it matters. Like so like some units like Kaisa can actually kill it.
AD Kaisa?
No, AP Kaisa.
AD Kaisa also a pretty good matchup into it. Like I've seen AD Kaisa.
AD Kaisa can dash away. A lot of people are actually playing the Shojin Last Whisper IE versions.
Like you can, but like the best way to beat Fizz is just to like basically keep your carry alive long enough to like pretty much win the fight, and then like the Fizz is like not actually good at like clutching up. He's good at like ending fights before they start by killing the carry.
Okay.
But, like if he has to deal with like 3 frontliners or whatever, he's gonna lose.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about some other comps as well that's succeeding. Dishsoap, what's a comp that you've been finding a lot of success with?
I personally play a lot of Lissandra and have very good scores on Lissandra. Both the like 4 Bruiser Rise version, which I don't really even consider a Lissandra comp because like that version doesn't even want to roll on 8. Like you're just playing like LeBlanc until level 9, and then you're playing like Rise.
You're talking about the version we have here,
but you play you play Lissandra on the board. I don't know. Like the stats of this comp are terrible, but I legit 1-1 with my match history. But the other version, like where you like more like actually care about Lissandra, is like where you play or like duo carry with Seraphine, which I think is like really good with some specific emblems, particularly Disruptor and Invoker. I think like Disruptor Lissandra or Invoker Seraphine like are just like turbo busted, like both those things. So if you get one of those, I'm like trying to hard force this. And like if you get Disruptor, you just don't play Azir, and you play like the role player 5 class, like the Aura ones, like the Senna, Fiddlesticks, Tarek, whatever.
Yeah.
Or like you can even play like 4 Bruiser, like you can do a lot. And if you get Invoker, you just play Zillion over one of these units, and then you just have Invoker Seraphine, which is kind of nasty.
Okay, I can see it. I can see that. Going on that note, actually, a lot of people are talking initially at the beginning of the patch about whether or not Seraphine was going to be really good, right? People in scrims were playing like the Sin Seraphine, kind of the build that we played at the beginning of PBE. Is that comp actually as bad as the stats would indicate it to be? Because I look at the stats of that, and this comp looks terrible. And then I look at the stats that like in tournament. I can pull it up here real quick. Seraphine Flex averaging, okay, Seraphine and Failure Invokers did not look too hot, 5.2 and 5.6. But is it as bad as the stats would indicate?
I think these are like very misleading because like you have to understand like when, like it's just selection bias. You have to understand when people are playing these. Like I can't really speak for Failure Invokers because I don't even know what they qualify as Failure Invokers. Because I remember the first day I looked at these stats, they were qualifying Bilgewater Flex and TF Reroll as separate comps, which just made Bilgewater looked like trash, because which is weird, like comp selection bias. So I don't even know what Failure and Invokers means. I would actually have to look at the boards. But specifically for like Seraphine, people who decide to play like Seraphine Singed in tournament are just like playing it from dog shit openers, and they're just trying to flip their game and like have something playable. And it's like probably the only comp in the game that like you could actually do that on. So it serves its place, but like that's not gonna have a good AVP. At all. I think Seraphine herself is like really, really good as a unit. Like just the eye test, the unit is like nasty. The board doesn't get like good until you go 9 for Ziggs. Like the actual cap on this board is you drop Singed. You play like Shyvana 2 and then you play Ziggs. And like that board is actually really, really good. But most people are playing it from like Giga Roll on 8, so they can't even like cap around that because they're like low HP.
Okay. Then I guess that begs the question then. If this is one of the only things you can do from Loose Streak, what are you doing from Loose Streak, Souless, if you don't have an opener and you don't even think you can get into a line like this?
I play Echo if I'm loose streaking. Because like the timing for Echo unlock, like the Cinch unlock is usually fine enough for like 3-5 roll down when you hit like when you hit Cinch. And Echo Lily is kind of powerful. Also, like if you remember how Cinch works, I don't think we have the we replace Cinch like Blitzcrank with Cinch, but like you can pretty much like bug out people backliner, make them walk up, and then nearly just assassinate them. Like this version is actually very powerful. You just need to know how to like great for it.
A lot of people are trying to go for Nico 3 with
Yeah.
and then try to go for Nidalee. And it's actually one of those things where if you roll enough on 6, sometimes you actually like find Nidalee 2. I've seen a lot of Echoes play for like Echo Nico, and then because they roll so much, they actually end up hitting Nidalee as well. Very good duo, Gary. I actually would prioritize Nidalee over Seraphine. Seraphine is just like an example of holding some utility items. But you're not playing Ishto in this version, right, Souless?
You don't have to.
Okay.
Oh, you very
you can, but like if your quest is bad, like you don't have to, right? Because like you're not gonna hit a Swain that you roll down usually, so like you used to have like an empty slot.
Okay. Yeah, you might not hit.
Yeah, you might not hit Seraphine. Like usually, like you have no goal, you can just like usually just roll for Bard because like you're blue streaking anyways, and you get Bard value until you hit your real units anyway. So yeah, it is like the one comp that can still use Bard aside from like honorable Sona.
Okay, so you're looking at Echo. If you're in a bad spot or you don't have like a strong opener and you don't, and someone is committed to Echo reroll, are you just going to commit to Echo anyways and try to contest them?
Well, if
Souless will.
I might, but like the optimal way to play it is probably either you contest them and you hit first, or you can pivot into Belveth, which is like I don't really like that. So like I might as well just stand my ground, commit to Echo, and then fries in the bag.
Okay. Do they use the same items? You're saying you would commit
like Titan's BT is not bad. Like ideally you make Titan BT before Winsu. I think this Winsu item on Echo is like optional. Like it's very good early game for sure. But like if you're going for like a risk-free pivot, if you're like playing around like like if you're contested, you make Titans first. Titans is needed. Winsu doesn't. Like you don't really need Winsu.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. In fact, I think the data suggests that the other stuff like a Jewel Gauntlet can be really good. People go even like a crit build right entirely and just like forgo it. Also do very well. And then Echo's really good with artifacts, so you can always just pop the usual stuff. One artifact that I think is really starting to surface in a lot of comps is Infinity Protection. This is the one that gives you like the big shield when you're playing an all frontline row. So that's really good for Echo. It's good for the Slayers, which is kind of making a comeback. Pretty cool considering that I don't think there was like that many direct buffs to this comp, as far as I remember. But people are just like finding other ways to get into it right now. So
they buffed Mbessa.
Oh yeah,
but she's still not like the main pro.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a good comp into like some comps in the meta. Like you win free matchup a lot of the time because you're playing a drain tank melee board.
Yeah. Hey, they can't fizz. They're just gonna fizz to some random unit in the middle. If
Fizz actually lose the duo to like Belveth and Bessa.
There you go. And then not only that, he leaves like a gap in the front line because Fizz moves over. So then you might even get a wrap on it. So I've had some situations where Billish Water players grief themselves when I'm playing this comp. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other things in this A tier, and then we can wrap up this meta section, or at least finish it up with some other small discussions. Is Sona reroll? What are the conditions you're looking to play Sona reroll? So as you mentioned it,
on a roll, if I have on a roll, even if like my items opener is like not that good, as long as like some item makes sense, I'm forcing Sona. Like I guarantee you, like this comp will net you like positive LP most of the time if you just hit on a roll. It's free top 4. No one really build like anti-Sona items like early game, and her healing is too much for you to deal with. The only comp you probably lose to is like sometimes a really high roll Echo board on 3-2, but like this comp can tax Bilgewater a lot. It's just a very solid like stage 3 comp. You probably like top 4 90% of the time you play it from a good spot.
Okay.
And the Archangel augment, like my favorite augment. I think
you were hyping this since PBE.
Yes, like I feel like after they nerf like a lot of the fast comps, Archangel is just like songs. Like this is like SU augment. It gives you like a lot of the AP line spot, and it's very good OP. And then they also buff Water Axiom. That one's also like on the left side.
I'm pretty sure this Water Axiom is like, I my opinion, it's like uncontested the best like silver.
Yes, it is so broken. It's
the Wind Axiom's like pretty good too, but like there's just like less comps that like abuse it. This Water Axiom is like, it's so nasty.
Yeah, I think the 3 mana regen is ridiculous, especially if you're playing it on other units like Invokers that can utilize it, right? Because Invokers gain more mana from all sources. So it's just one of those things where you don't really pay attention to how much mana regen, and you look over and they're just spamming casting. It's like one of the
Yeah.
things that make those Sona openers and LeBlanc openers really strong.
And then you don't have to build voice stuff, so your item economy is just
Yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah, that's also true. The axioms are underrated for that reason. Is fire axiom bad relative to these guys?
I think fire axiom's like fine.
I think all
It's
the
fine.
all the backline axiom like ATS high from water.
Or sorry, like fine is probably like I think it's like mid A tier, but I think I think wind and water are like S tier for sure, but just more comps use water and they use it better.
Mhm.
But like for example, like Yunara, the best silver you want to see is wind if you're playing Yunara.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about Yunara a little bit here. She still seems fine after the nerf,
Mhm.
even though they nerfed also around her as well, right? Like Kindred got nerfed and some of the other stuff. People like start changing a little bit, playing more like Ari Swain. Is there have you guys gotten a lot of Yunara reps under your belt?
I'm a Yunara merchant.
You're Yunara merchant. I
Yeah,
thought
this
you
is
were
my-
a Sona reroll merchant. Or
No. This is my favorite comp to play for top 4. Like I actually have like in my last 50 game, I have like probably like 15 Yunara games. I think a lot of people they don't understand how to play this comp properly in like different meta. Right now, like I prioritize Celestial Blessing like very very high while playing Yunara. You can basically like scam like every single fight against like Fizz and like poke matchup with Celestial Blessing. And the Titans build it's just like way better than Kraken.
I think you also like the stats are like basically identical. You just replace the Kraken in the old build with either Titans or Guardbreaker. Titans a bit better for like item economy reasons, because like usually the belt wants to be like even shard anti-heal, but like the stats are legit identical.
Yeah.
Between this build and like Guardbreaker
Yeah.
or
Striker's
Flail.
Yeah, we wrote it here. Titans, Strikers, Flail, Kraken. They're all pretty similar. The most important thing is, of course, grabbing tempo. And if you're playing like the Econ or the Gold Ionias, it's just making sure you can snowball while you can push levels. It's still good. In fact, it's like perceived to be a top 4 comp this patch, similar to the last patch. But this was actually the winning comp used in EU when Revan actually won TPC, because he just played like a standard Yunara game and just hit the 5 cost and capped high enough against some of the other boards. So it's definitely still a solid comp, even though it's like quote worse.
What I will say is like, I think if you're like trying to like play this comp based off your items and not necessarily your opener, you might like not have a good time. Because like the thing that was and still is strong about Yunara is like the Jhin like Rageweight opener is like very very good still, and they nerfed nothing about it. Especially like with like the Econ Ionia for like the like just like getting Econ over time to like help you like roll down level 8. But like if you're like just playing this off of like random 80 items, random 80 opener, like oh bet I'm just gonna go level 8 and pivot to Yunara on like 40 HP, you're probably not gonna have a good time. I think you need like the early game tempo around the Jhin most likely.
I mean, it feels like a lot of comps, honestly. Like you want the early game tempo to get into it. I feel like that's true of pretty much all these 4 cost oriented lines. Another one that people really are experimenting with is Shadow Isles.
Okay, whoever is like selling people on this comp, I don't understand. Like this comp never passes the eye test for me at all.
I played a game today.
Like, I'm pretty sure this shit.
I got to 9 with 80 something HP, and I had a good amount of gold, and I rolled, and I just lost every fight for the rest of the game. I had Callista 2, I had a Azir, Nasus 2, brought like Thresh. I had everything. I was just like losing. I was like, what the heck? How do I beat anything?
You have a horrible Fizz matchup. Yeah. Like you have like a pretty bad Demacia matchup as well. The one like decent matchup you have is actually into like the Slayer stuff, just because you like create like a ball of like tankiness and like AoE damage from Thresh that they can't really break through. But
yeah, I want to add like, okay, like I think people are not playing the comp to its full potential. Also, like I feel like on level 8 roll down, you don't have to play the Wardens at all until Thresh, and I see what people would do is like some of the Taiwanese player they do Ambessa, Swain, random like Juggernaut, right? And they just
bro, that board.
No, it's not
trash,
but like it's like low key can get you top 4. You know what I mean? Like the Ambessa actually like 1v9 sometimes, and her Briss is like CG, so like your item economy is not even that bad. And yeah, like I feel like this playing around like this Seraphine one version with like under itemized is like kind of bad. Like stuffing with items is pretty good though, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Callista buffs were pretty substantial, and her data is looking a lot better. But I do run into kind of the wall of what this will talk about. Like if the Mossy board is respectable, I don't even know how I can kill the Garen. And then if you go into Fizz just you're like a slow ramp up comp, and Fizz hasn't been a time.
Yeah, you get nuked by Fizz.
The Fizz matchup is so bad. I don't know. Like it's like the stats are actually respectable, but like I don't know. Like my eye test on this is so low, and my eye test on the Sonder is so fucking high. So I don't get it.
It could be just your own personal bias on that. But yeah. A couple other things are looking really good in the stats, and people are rating it really highly. I mean, on that note, chat, some of these hero augments, we talked about Zahen, Alawi hero augment. If Bilgewater is strong, this Alawi is strong. You can use it to get to the Bilgewater rise. If Shadow Wilds you believe to be strong, you can tempo it. Talk to me about Veigar, somebody. Veigar's the top of the situational tier. We had an S because the early stats on it were crazy. And a lot of people are actually trying to get into Veigar. Who here has played the most Veigar?
I played 2 games.
Played 2 games? That's less than me.
I played 0 games on New Fetch of Veigar.
I've played 4 or 5 games of Veigar, and only one of them went remotely well because it felt like too much had to go right. You had to like simultaneously have the Yordle tempo, which is already hard to get to in the first place. Like Yordle tempo is a pretty rare thing to get, unless you have like upgraded Teemo and you're able to like snowball your 4 Yordles. And then you also need to have like the right items, but you also have to kind of unlock the Veigar at the right time. And so I feel like it's good if you are high rolling a lot, but if you're also high rolling Yordles a lot, you also can just play for Ziggs instead of playing for Veigar. So that's where I'm at with Veigar. It's like good in the stats, but I haven't been able to unlock its potential. And every time I'm in a spot for it, if I just play like for Ziggs, then I feel like it goes a lot better.
Yeah, you also like you cannot hit your mid game carry, which is Fizz, because there's too many Bilgewater player on ladder, so it's kind of hard on that too.
Yeah, but I do think Deadlier Caps is quite good. Moore even said it in his meta report that Deadlier Caps is doing very well, which actually is something I want to bring up.
It's doing well because it's comp. Like it's not a.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up this slide here to talk a little bit about Mortdog's meta report and ask you guys, what do you think about, does anything leap out to you when Mort's talking about the overperforming augments? Yeah, I mentioned Deadlier Caps being one of them, but is there anything in particular that jumps out? Souless, Dishsoap?
Seems correct to me. Aside from, I didn't know Slice of Life was like that much better in the stats compared to like some of the servers.
Slice of Life has been here the entire set. Like the entire set.
Let's talk about underperforming augments too, if any of them are interesting or surprising to you.
I mean, not really. This is kind of what you would expect. Prep being like I didn't consider prep being like good, but like prep being like that at the bottom is like a little bit surprising, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'm also a little bit surprised that that some of these, like I think people keep saying how emblem augments are really good. I kind of thought hard commit wouldn't be this low, but I guess it's because some of the lows are really, really bad.
This augment doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
like even if the emblems are good, like the augment is like so undertuned in what it.
It's high-key worse than spreading roots.
Yeah. It's worse than like the 2 emblem one. Like it gives you like what, like 2-3 costs, and or like what does it even give you? It gives you like 5 units total. Like who cares? Yeah. Your prismatic is an emblem and 5 units.
Well, I mean,
like eventually
some of it's like the 5 cost that you can plan around, but it's not particularly reliable.
But like I don't think that's like very valuable.
You can also get you in the unlocks, so you get Bruiser, you unlock Volibear, gives you a Volibear.
But you could just unlock Volley like normal, and
true, it's true. But you can get a second copy of it, and that means you only have to find 1. Other than that, though, I don't feel like it's not really terribly surprising. Everything else.
No, but the thing is, like, I literally haven't clicked hard commits like in 3 sets. Like I'm like not even once. It's not even exaggeration. It's been unclickable.
Yeah, I feel like the last. Yeah.
It's not like a current set thing.
The last time hard commit was viable, it was when we had Charm Zerath.
What do you think about these emblem augments section that Mortdog put out here, saying not only was hard commit weak, but flexible, Tactician's Kitchen, we stick together. That's your augment. Is it really that bad?
Yeah. Okay. Like it's actually a pure
Yeah.
coin flip, or I don't know if it's a coin flip, but there are some like if you hit some of these like traits, it's like actually like one of the best augments in the game. Like I legitimately think if you click this and you get Build Water Emblem, it's the best augment in the game, like by like a lot. But you can also click it and get Arcanist, and then it's probably the worst augment in the game when that happens.
Yeah, true.
So like the like every single like the thing is like there's a lot of traits you can't play vertically. So if you roll one of those traits,
Fair
you're
enough. Fair
kind of
enough. Soulless.
Mhm.
Trait tree, Earth's Gambit. Earth's Gambit? Why is Earth's Gambit so high? Trait tree is OP.
Oh.
World Runes is very, very OP. Why
Yeah,
is
I feel
Earth's
like if
Gambit
you take Earth Gambit, you're probably in a spot to play for a 10 trait.
okay, okay.
Yeah, Earth's
Or
Gambit
Fawn,
has like Giga
yeah.
selection, but
Okay.
It is a 10 trait or Fawn usually.
So it's not actually that good.
yeah.
Okay. And then is there any like out of any of these others, are you like auto clicking Legion of Threes? What about branching out any of these other augments?
Oh, I'm happy with clicking every single augment here aside from like the Earth one, unless I'm in a spot for it. Legion of Threes is actually pretty
Yeah.
good, like really good. If you have like any opener for it.
I don't really like Earth. I like the other ones though. My I don't know if it's a hot take because it literally like has better stats, but I actually think Trait Tree is like significantly better than World Runes. Just like the early game value is like crazy because World Runes like you basically don't start the game until stage 4, and then Trait Tree you're just like making 50 the whole time with like high HP because you're just up so much tempo.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Trait Tree Plus makes sense too because you get a Reforger, so you get the opportunity of like throwing away all the misses as well. That's why it's even better.
If you consider like these item like these emblems like to even be like 80% of an item, which sometimes they're a lot lower, sometimes they're a lot higher. I don't actually know what the fucking average value of a random emblem is compared to an item, but like let's just say it's like 80%. Like you're basically getting 5 components and 12 gold like immediately, which is like very very crazy.
Okay.
And then you get a Reforger, so like the value is probably closer to 1 than not, because you like get to get rid of the truly unusable ones.
And then it also lets you like make use of efficient like your units, because a lot of times you hit these upgrades, but then you hit these upgrades with units with the emblems, and it just becomes a very very difficult board, high tempo to deal with.
Yeah, like hypothetically, there's like some augment that's like gain 3 random full items and 12 gold, like as a prismatic.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, but like people will be up in arms about it, but like this one is like it's.
I
like
mean, I think people are generally thinking emblem augments are too strong, but I will maybe throw out, I'm not sure if this take is going to age well, but I also do think it's some of the most fun games when you have like some Trait Tree and you get to really do some cool stuff. It's not so cool when it's happening to me, but when you're playing these Trait Tree World Runes games, they're pretty fun. Hopefully I don't doesn't come back to bite me, because I know that could obviously be a really degenerate thing to say in a couple weeks. But
yeah, I prefer like World Runes where like you at least have to like play from like low HP or whatever and then come back like the Trade Tracker style. I think World Runes probably like in my opinion like they have to like increase the amount of time you have to like play before you cash out. I think that would be the way I balance
like
it.
5-player combats now instead of 4.
Yeah, like maybe like 5. I think that might actually be fine. To be like more of a Trade Tracker.
I can get behind that. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about the meta? Any comps that we haven't mentioned yet? I think we covered most of it.
Like this is not really like that much of a. I guess we could have covered like how much they like nuke.
Oh sure. So Tryndamere, Diana, and T-Hex.
Oh man.
So T-Hex, as far as I know, is like dead. I've seen people try it and it goes horribly. It's averaging close to the 6s. It's like really, really bad.
Yeah, it's extinct.
I've seen the most I've seen Diana's when people are throwing their LP away to try to go for Acel. That's the most I've seen of Diana. And then I actually ran into a Tryndamere today, and he had a Quick Striker emblem because he opened up Spreading Roots. He got a Quick Striker emblem on the Tryndamere, and he actually kind of cooked a little bit. And he ended up getting like a really good second. I won the game because I played Build Rod or Rise, but he actually scared me in a couple fights. So I was like kind of surprised by Tryndamere there.
I've seen it topple with RFC, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean RFC. So artifacts, I guess Quick Striker emblem, Darken, I think is also something that in the stats look okay, but your mileage may vary.
Like I kind of understand why they nerfed TX as much as they did, because like I think people would have been up in arms like if they lost to a TX their first game. after the patch or whatever. But like I'm like last patch when you played, if you played TX without a K3, like you knew like it was like actually pretty balanced. Like I feel like the only OP thing was like the mana regen on 3-star
and mining
so,
drill to help you stabilize.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But the thing is, if you're losing fights, the mining drill thing doesn't matter that much because you'll just die before level 9, and like even with drill. But yeah, I like all these like extra nerfs. I don't really think they were correct. Maybe they're correct like because people were sick of it, but.
Chess is the Trinivir player had a quick trigger emblem in Dark Insight. Well, he hit the Dark Insight at 4-2, but like he was still doing really well in stage 3 and win streaking like a lot all the way up to that point too. So
the Dark Insight there.
All right, let's wrap that up and start a new segment. This is something that I started last episode, which is called Trick or Treat. And this is where we post some tech that I've seen on Twitter. And I ask, is it a trick or are they right? Is it a treat? Okay, so let's start off with, this is actually related to the conversation we just had, which is Fizz positioning. One of the friends of TFT Academy runs a coaching website called TFT Coaching. It's Asa. And he suggested some anti-Fizz positioning. You guys tired of losing to Fizz? Well, good news. Asa dropped the tech. He says, this is the default position that I use against Fizz. And he stacks it Sykkuno style, which is range carry in front of a range carry. Corner carry can be stuck if frontline goes to the left. Thus, strong tanks pull to the right. Weak to AoE. Weak to AoE is an understatement here, but most builds and Yordle boards don't play much. Ziggs hold the whole board anyways. As usual, detailed video on TFT coaching. And then he goes on to explain more generic positioning is less vulnerable to AoE, such as Swain. Put as many bait units within range in the bottom center. Because many people default Ziggs to the side, and he ends up going to the bottom. So, Dishsoap, I want to ask, is this a trick or treat?
Like if you don't want to lose exactly to like one unit dying to Fizz at the start of the fight, this is helpful. But you still have to like win the fight, and like doing this like the main thing actually like obviously it's AoE, but you're probably not doing this if there's a Swain in your pool. But the main thing like even if you're against a Fizz player, like you can actually just dodge all the long shot value like if you're doing this, because you can only do this on the right side because of how the cubbies work. So if they just put all of like their tanks and like their MF or whatever, like assuming you're going against builds just on the same side as the Fizz, like you just lose a lot of damage. And the thing is, your Ryze is also going to die in this setup. So we're losing our duo carry, and like they can just like full anti long shot value you. So yeah, I'm not really sure if this is like a very consistent way to win, but like if your Ziggs like actually can like solo them, like keeping it alive like might be correct. Like I can imagine like it's sometimes correct to do this, but I don't think it's like a foolproof way to win the fight.
Okay, so half trick is what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Souless, what do you think?
I think it's fine to do it when you're Ziggs 1, but like when you're Ziggs 2, you don't really need to do it unless the Fizz is like a full nuke build, like with a JG, the JG plus barrel.
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, really? I've seen like Fizz jump away from Ziggs because like Ziggs can actually like tank it. Most like sometimes
he has a little bit of Zon healing, so
he has Zon healing, so like it's actually like not that bad.
No, but you only have Zon healing at 5. There's no Zon healing at 3.
Oh really? Oh okay, my fault then. I mean, I think my Ziggs just tanked it. Then, but I think it's kind of a bait. Like I've personally like went against someone who did this, and he just got nuked. I don't know.
I never tried it, so I can't really recommend it. But I do think, like Dishsoap said, the most popular unit in the game right now by far is Swain.
Yeah.
So you are asking to get punished. And the thing is, Swain is actually like the reverse Jarvan. Last set, this Jarvan 4-cost frontliner guy would never cast, no matter what. You could put a vow on him and he wouldn't cast. This set, Swain gets his cast off like almost no matter what. I'm not sure how, but this guy is super reliable, even with no item. So if this guy positions Swain on this side, you might be cooked. You got to be really careful about that.
Yeah, he has a Q. Like his animation is pretty short. He just needs to like be full mana. He cast and he can get it off, right? But like if Jarvan dies mid jump, like he sometimes doesn't go through, right?
He doesn't do it. It's like set. It just like fizzles mid air. Anyways, just be really careful. So jury's out on that one. All right. And then the other one is by another content creator. He goes by the name of Watson Abekai. Does a lot of cool stuff like Project PBE, Project Mentor. He dropped another Ziggs line where you try to go for Bilgewater on the Ziggs, where you go for a Bilgewater emblem on the Ziggs, and you try to play for a Bilgewater item on him as well, like black market explosives. So kind of like the CN Bilge Rise, but try to play directly for like Bilgewater item on him.
Isn't this just our board? I'm pretty sure this is not that good because like the build spat is like I don't know, it's like fine, but I feel like it'd just be better to like put build spat on like Shyvana or something. I don't know.
I mean,
okay. Well, I mean, it's similar, but it's like is build spat and then playing items for Ziggs, is that real tech Souless?
I mean, if you made it to this board, like yeah, probably you're like top 4 or like winning out already. But I can confirm that. I mean, playing Ziggs with a build spat on your board is probably good.
Yep.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, this low-key fake tech is like level 9 legendary board has always been like fake tech with especially with an emblem. But I mean, it's good. Like you can win game with this board.
Okay.
Like to get there, it's like getting to ASO.
This is a good board. However, like playing a Bilgewater board with a Bilgewater emblem with a Ziggs on it, like is a good board by default. So I don't really think you have to be doing this.
Yeah, and
I don't think I like I'm skeptical it's better than just like giving him 3 items.
Yeah.
Giving him 3 items, and then also just playing better item unit quality as well. Like we have a Cogmaw. Doesn't really do very much here. And we've kind of discussed already, but you don't even really need that many traits active for Ziggs to have high impact.
I mean, okay, like Huggy the Cog's not that bad. Like if you actually have like Ziggs 2 and you have Bilge Emblem, like it's not that bad because like the alternative is playing like I don't know, like a Fiddlesticks or something. I don't know. Like,
okay, so Dishsoap's actually saying it's fine then.
No, the Cogmaw's fine, but it's just like kind of hard to make it like Swain and Shiv because usually you just go for one or the other and you like keep the Nautilus you've been playing the whole game.
Yeah, that is true. And then I guess we're just not playing like the Misfortune Lucian Senna. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Well, there you go. None of these are tricks. At least they're not trying to be. But at the same time, it is important to keep context. Okay. All right. So with that, let's go into our final major segment, which is Pop Quiz. Where I'm going to throw out a question to Souless and Dishsoap, and you guys are going to try and answer. It's going to be database. Souless, you've been watching the show, right? So you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go into question number 1. Question number 1. We're going to have a head-to-head here. What is craftable Nidalee Bis? What is Bis Nidalee? Because Nidalee's starting to get more popular.
Okay.
And I think we're going to take turns. So Dishsoap.
Wait. Should we just like type the answer so like no one copies?
Okay, sure. So Dishsoap, you type it to me, just DM to me, and then Souless, you DM to me, and I'll read it. But if you guys need some time. Craftable. And this is 2,000 plus sample size. All stats are basically diamond plus, just because sample size issue for a few days of the patch. Because if you do masters plus, you start to get like the highest sample is like 250.
All right, so my answer.
All right. The answer from Souless, he said Gunblade, JG, and Guardbreaker. So full crit with Gunblade. And Dishsoap said Gunblade, Rabadon's JG. So the difference is the full crit versus the AP. And the answer is it's the full crit build. Who's
Damn. Build? I'm a beast.
It was
wait, no, he didn't say Hodge, he said Gunblade.
Oh, he said Gunblade. Oh, okay. Yeah, true. He did say it because I'm showing the stats right now. It's Hodge, JG, and the Flail, which is noticeably better than some of the other stuff. But wait, why did you say Gunblade?
I don't believe this Hodge problem. Okay, I said Gunblade because I was looking I was looking before this Echo comp. There used to be like some like kind of meme build where you played the Diana board, but instead of Diana, you played Nidalee. Like that was the build, and I was looking at the stats of that like however long ago that was, like maybe like a week and a half ago, And then like the only good item on this unit was Gunblade, and then I didn't know what
That's
the rest
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
items were. Like I just remember the Gunblade had like nasty delta. And I'm like it makes sense like in the eye in the brain test as well because she doesn't get targeted, so you like need less healing on her. Which like I guess is why Hodge might be good, but the thing is like you get the Gunblade and keep the Nico alive so that you never get targeted.
Fair enough. I mean, Gunblade does look good in the stats, but it didn't combo well with the crits. At least not as good, but it could also be sample size issue. Who knows? This was from a day and a half ago, so maybe things have updated since Echo is being played now more often with it.
Okay, I'm looking through these builds.
Like we both just know Gunblade is best, so like like we're not fraud.
Okay, what I will say is Souless' build is slightly better than mine, but Souless' build is actually the highest placement. Like
damn,
at the moment.
I'm a beast. Then.
All right, well in that case we can give, if we want to give partial credit, we can give partial credit to Souless. Okay.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Who is the most commonly played mythic trait? Mythic trait, for example, this is an answer that you guys don't have to submit, but Rise is called the Rune Mage, right? But Rise is not going to be the most popular because.
Oh wait, that's what mythic trait means.
That's what mythic trait means, because that's not to be confused with prismatic trait, which is the higher than gold tier.
Oh, that's a very good question because I actually, what is the most played like aura 5
what's the
cost?
most played aura 5 cost basically? Just type the trait in.
I mean, like also Kaisa is one of those traits as well. Weirdly enough, but I don't think Kaisa is the answer.
Now Loki is a trick question. I got my answer.
I thought about throwing in some trick questions, but I realized for our first head-to-head, I don't think we should do that. So Dishsoap submits Lucian Senna, and Souless submits the boss. Okay, and the answer is
oh fuck that. It might be the boss because that Ziggs comp is like giga overplayed.
The answer is Shyvana. Very close. The boss was actually pretty high up there. It was at 1.2 million. But Shyvana's 1.25 million. So
I was thinking like
Dishsoap wasn't too far off. You picked the third highest option.
I was thinking like Shyvana because like people play Shyvana or Swain usually, right, in the build comp. So like I thought like maybe it's not that high. But damn.
Yep.
I mean, I definitely play more Senna than those, but that's just me, I guess.
Even on dispatch, you splash in more.
I think it's just the best. Like it's the best splash. Like I think it's the best aura.
Got it.
It is the best aura. Agreed.
It could just be the fact that a lot of people also are playing around units like Swain, so that's what ends up creating it.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 3. Rank these 5 costs by AVP. Annie, Azir, Mel, and Thresh. Rank these 5 costs by AVP. So just tell me the 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know.
No, it's about to.
I'm like not very confident in this answer at all.
Wait. Is it highest to lowest?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell me the order. So I'm assuming did you say the highest to lowest? Highest being the best performing.
Yeah, I rank from.
Yeah, I like rank from best to worst too.
Okay. So Souless says Thresh, then Mel, then Azir, then Annie. Thresh, Mel, Azir.
Can I give a reason?
Oh, I said the same thing.
Dishsoap said Thresh, Mel, Azir, and Annie, and the answer is. Wow, spot on. Thresh, Mel, Azir, and Annie. Good job, guys. Wait, how'd you guys nail that? That's crazy.
Well, because like okay, the thing is, Thresh, you literally have to make it to stage 5 most of the time. Like so like the AVP has to be inflated. Like Mel
you
is
7
like
with Augment.
Yeah, like Mel's a lot harder to get to than Azir, and like Azir comps are like not really that much.
And everyone right now could just die. Everyone put Azir in the board.
Yeah, and then like based on Twitch chat, they always just try to go for Xerath, and then Annie is just like worse than Annie's just unplayable because she's worse than Ziggs, and she doesn't like and Ziggs you can just unlock.
Really well done, guys. Nicely job. So that's a point for Souless. This one was a wash, and then this one was a point for both. Okay, let's go to question number 4. Oh man, this one's funny. This one was a viewer suggestion. If you filter out Ornn from Kappa Juice, who is the best non-5 cost holder of Kappa Juice? Kappa Juice got buffed this patch, which is why we're like asking that question. Kappa Juice is the artifact. If you don't know, Kappa Juice is the artifact where you wear hats, the more takedowns you get.
Do you get 80 and AP?
I do believe you get both. I can go and read it for you.
Do you get like attack speed as well, or is it 80 and AP?
There's base stats, and just let me read it real quick just to make sure I'm not misleading you here. All right, Kappa Juice says the holder dons a hat on each takedown. The holder gets 0.75 attack power and ability power per hat. On death, lose 20% hats, and you get 20 AD, 20 AP, and 20% attack speed. as base.
Yeah, I have no clue. Whatever.
Yeah, I was just guessing because I saw this
He was
guy.
just stalling. He was
This
just
person
stalling.
went crazy.
All right. Okay. Let's go with the answers. Souless says Echo, and Dishsoap says Twisted Fates. And the answer
TF was
is
like my first guess too, but false champ.
And the answer is it's Vayne. Vayne is the highest holder of it.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, kind of similar to like the Kraken monster type thing.
Yeah, it's like a Walmart Deadly Blades or whatever.
Yeah, if you're thinking artifact, like the only comp you would think artifact in Round River right now is probably like Echo or Bilgewater, right? So like,
yep,
I thought
fair enough.
Put on Echo, yeah.
Yeah, but like if you get a TF opener, you get an artifact Anvil. What is the spot you're taking? Kappa Juice. Like it's like.
Well, didn't we see that at TPC this weekend? I think Cambuli literally played Kappa Juice Echo and then somehow like top forward. So that was a crazy game.
Yeah. I don't
okay,
know.
last but not least, this is a two-parter. Who is the best and worst 3-star 4 cost in the game by AVP? Who's the number one and the very last 4 cost? You can get 1 point for each correct answer.
I 100% believe I'm getting washed.
Who is the best and the worst?
Oh wait, best, does this count unlockables?
This counts every 4 cost possible in the game.
I'm sticking with my answer, whatever.
3-star 4 cost.
Like if you have 4 stream, but it doesn't count as a 3-star 4 cost, right?
No, I don't believe that factors in. When I looked at the stats, it did not suggest that because that's like it would be like a 1.01 or something like that. Okay. Souless rips it. Yunara best and worst Lux. And then Dishsoap says best Yone and worst Diana. All right, let's go ahead and reveal it. So
I was thinking Yone too, but Yunara is kind of crazy.
This is the best. The best is Misfortune at number 1 and Yone at number 2. Really close, Dishsoap. Really close.
Bro, I thought it was Yone because they nerfed MF. Like I remember they specifically nerfed MF3, and it's still the best.
And then the worst is drum roll. Oh, sorry, just kidding. I think here. The worst is Diana. Diana is the worst by far. I forgot
that Chav existed.
Because the thing is, I remember laughing at Soju for like going like 5th with Diana 3.
Yeah,
and then that was before the nerf, so I just assumed it was trash.
Oh wow, that was before Diana got nerfed last. Oh, why is she so bad?
She need Leona to like hit multiple units. Now she just like doesn't hit that many units on 3-star.
I mean, he like sold his boarded like or whatever. Like he had like 2 dead slots.
Okay. Well, that's 1 point for Dishsoap.
Man,
and 0 for Soul. So actually, I believe it's a tie because you both got either both correct, you both incorrect, and then you guys split 1 point. So we'll have to settle it next episode.
Yeah,
see who gets to the lead. All right, let's wrap it up with one of our Patreon questions. Thank you for the people who support us on TFTAcademy for the Patreon. Let me go to grab that question real quick. This one is from Powerbjorn. He writes, with the multitude of comps this sets, there's certainly a number of unexplored ones. I'm typically not a fan of spamming comps, so I like to try out new lines. How do you approach decision-making in unexplored territories? Basically, like, how do you go about learning something that hasn't even been discovered yet? And then just drops like a bunch of example, like what if you play like Noxus Failure and like XYZ. But the whole, but to kind of generally sum up this question is, what are some important principles when you want to innovate on things that like are not representing the data and people haven't tried yet? Let's start with Souless. You're actually kind of a big person that likes to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So for me, I look for high quality units for their cost. Like for example, you remember like said we had like Camille, who was a 1 cost and was like crazy unit. I mean, both her 1 cost and 2 cost version were crazy, and you can start innovating from there. It's a lot easier when the 1 cost unit or 2 cost unit is good for their cost. Like for example, this patch currently, like a good example is like TF. I actually thought about like playing TF with Captain's Brew into Yunara like at one point, and like example like that. Just playing around good base and then playing flex is a lot better than like playing for like just like playing metacom and playing contested boards. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a unit you think this set that is performing well for its cost, but perhaps things surrounding it
Yeah.
aren't lining up in the meta at the moment?
Oh, not right now, but like example would be like TF, right? Like after the TF trip, I still thought about like just playing Bilge early game, Captain Brew into the Unara board, and then you have like the debuff
Yeah.
uptime on TF2. But yeah,
Yeah,
nothing
fair
else.
enough. Dishsoap, anything to add to that?
Like specifically to answer like the unit that like doesn't have like a good shell around it, it's Ari. Like this Ari unit's like actually crazy. But like if you ever like want to reroll her and like make like a semi-standard board around that and not just play her as like a duo carry, like your options are like Kennen frontline, like Kennen Nico. You can play like Kabuko as well, like it's some Ishtal board. Like that board is not very good. You like the Kennen is like not a good frontline. Kabuko is just not a good frontline. It's like there's not a good board for her. But
Okay.
like the moment like those front lines are like a little bit better, like maybe that's what you're looking out for. But like as to like how to approach like tier crafting comps like that, like that's really only something I'm like doing on PB because like I'm gonna be honest, when set comes out, it's just way more efficient to let other people do that for you, and then you just focused on like learning how to get there. But like on PB, I'm just like just watching the fights and observing like what units are like good or not, and then like, just trying to think of like how they like pair together. I guess
that makes sense. Yeah, I think that those are really good tips overall. And then also, I would say that you would think data isn't on your side, but sometimes data can give you some hints, right? That's how we found out some really powerful artifact or emblem interaction. So come up with a thesis of like not just a strong unit, but maybe a strong item, right? You could say, I think this emblem is ridiculously overtuned, right? Yordle gives way too many stats, maybe something good with it. And then from there, you start to chain ideas off of it. So just dive into stats. Stats explorers are free for the most part. And you might be surprised what you come across. All right, guys, fellas, thanks for a wonderful first 3-person show. It's been really good. What do you guys got coming up next? Souless, you're playing in the cup this weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm playing the what do you call it? The Tactician Cup 1.
That's right. Okay. Dishsoap, any tips for Souless to crush Tacticians Cup 1?
Tacticians Cup 1. I mean Loki just learned how to play like List.
Oh,
I don't know.
I feel like
Cause...
I'm like the worst at list comp, but like after watching some list board execution, I feel like that comp might be busted. This volleyball unit is kind of unkillable, but yeah,
Volley's like super good, and like I mean I don't even know if I like calling it List because like the amount of games I actually stabilize on like around List on level 8 are like actually very low. Like it's usually just like LeBlanc and then you
just go 9.
the game.
But my successor with that, I think my scores are like 7-8, 3-2, 7-8. Like I feel like it's either I somehow squeeze the top 3 or I just like go dead last. So I might need that Dishsoap coaching.
Yeah, I don't
understand. Either way, it's been a fun episode. We'll catch up with you guys soon again, especially if they announce anything about the new up and coming patch. Excuse me. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thank you for anyone who supported the channel. And that's going to do it from us. So from Frodan, Dishsoap, and Souless, thanks for watching TFT Study Hall. We'll catch you guys next time for more TFT action.
Peace.